we have she injured me. Like I can actually feel the pain. Like she cut me. Are you looking at that? I don't understand. Hello, I'm gonna pick your bag. Where after? Let the point. Nobody could hold that. Like nobody. Nobody could handle that. I thought they bring her come down. I think. Bring your luggage. We can bring it with another motor. We can bring it with another motor. No, let our luggage go. What we do? Let it come. Let it come. No, who cannot follow? Let's enter another bus. Serious.
At least you now see everything now. So it wasn't just the struggle from inside the aircraft, which many of you possibly have seen. That was the time when they were like dragging her out of the plane. She was stripped naked. That clothing you saw on her, that wasn't the same clothing that she had on. So she was stripped naked, we're all out there. And that was kind of like sad to start with. But like I said, that wasn't the beginning of the video. Okay? So the genesis was the fact that the stewardess had been a hostess, said they have called the security because she disobeyed them in Uyo. And upon arrival in Lagos, they wanted her either questioned or arrested. She was not told what she would be expecting when she get down. She wasn't told why they are keeping her in the plane, except that the security were coming. She wasn't. They had to force her in to keep her in the plane. And I'll show you that one too. But you see all of her tantrum on the tarmac, hitting people and all of that stuff, that kind of further aggravated things, which then make her the villain. That make her the villain. No longer the, I don't want to say, maybe not villain or not that, but that kind of make her the aggressor, not somebody who got triggered and reacted that, violently. But what did they do to her in the plane? Before she got to that door where she was stopped from actually leaving, I'll show you. Here, somebody else, I think another passenger recorded this and shared it. This was the supposed, airport, I think airport staff, the airline crew members doing this to her.
Madam, I beg come on for a make I pass. Everybody that leave the restaurant. Come on for a make I pass. I don't see Wala. I want to go out. And here Hostess is standing on the way. Madam, I beg come on for a make I pass. Everybody that leave the restaurant. Come on for a make I pass. I don't see Wala.
Now, like I said, that is not in sort of like endorsing a behavior. So that's what will now bring us to the crux of the matter now. Whether they handled it, they handled the situation professionally. I'm talking about Ibom here now. Or they didn't handle it professionally. That should be left for the regulating body to investigate, which also will lead to the assault on her staff. That is a no-no. Anyone and every one of us should probably be aware of this, or should know now that no matter what happened, the moment you get to the premises of the airport, you have to actually comply with every rule before things get escalated. Because any violence within that space can be treated as an act of terrorism, an act of violence, and they all carry sentences where you can be to jail, and also you can get banned for life, never to fly. They call it a no-fly list. So wherever your name pops up, they'll tell you, no, we can't say you airline. No airline will take you. So we should know that. Okay. Now, something like that happened. We didn't catch that on camera. Okay. And like I said just a few days ago, and in case if some of you probably have forgotten and all that, let me rejig your memory. And then we'll get to the, like I said, we'll get to the interesting part, the reactions of the authority on, on these two cases a few days ago.
You don't like though. You don't like Hold on, Saka never remove this, Saka! Let's go. It's moving already. Wait now, say you strong. Why you not wait?
Again, this is not me trying to look for something to justify that disgusting behavior of that passenger. No. That's not the where we are going. We are going to the part where you and I, we are likely Lapo babies. Do you understand? You and I, we are just Lapo babies. And for any reason, we don't even have to do enough. We don't even have to do half of what this guy does before we'll be slammed with the worst of the worst kind of like heat. That's the point. That's where we're going. The inequality in that system that some people have, some of you have accepted it. But the point here is that you may accept it simply because you have not been the direct victim, like, but it is not normal. It is not right. So you saw Wazua you did again, Abi, trying to hold the entire aircraft hostage. He almost killed himself in the process. Did you see the airport staff there begging him? They were begging him, Alaji, sorry, Alaji, Kuru, Alaji, sorry, Alaji, it's okay, Alaji, After that, they took him to another room where some senior officials were begging him too. That was when they recorded the audio where he threatened the staff, threatened the pilot, threatened the airline, the owner. Even though he made a video after that to say he's sorry. He was not arrested. He was supposed to be arrested there. That's the point. But no, they were writing epistles. How this is a wrong thing. They even announced the suspension of the pilots before they announced the no-fly list for Kwam 1. The same Kwam 1 that they said no-fly list. He flew out of Abuja that day. He has been to Abuja again. He has, But this one, which is where you and I, we have something in common. If you think you are a big man in that contraption, it is when things like this happens that you get to realize that you are just a Lapo baby, a Lapo child that possibly can afford a nice thing, that can afford nice things. Inequality in the system, right, is considered as a bane of progress or development in any society. You won't progress. So there are reactions. The first thing was for the FAAN and another group called AON. It is here. So they released statements. So after that incident, by the way, they took her. She was arrested. And she was taken to Kirikiri. Are you listening? Which, to me, is like what they say, F around, and F out, found out, F around and found out. But it would have made sense if the same application of law is applicable to the high and the low, just like that. That's how you have a society, a just society. At least listen to this. Listen to this. They said it is a recurring incident of unruly passenger behavior at Nigerian airports. Now you will go take, make the examples of others. You get? The Federal Airport Authority said blah, 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 blah. So because of this, moving forward, the authority will not hesitate to implement relevant sanctions as stipulated in ICAO. Sanctions like, put her on a no-fly list, either for some years or for life. These ones on the right, they call them AON. I'm actually just seeing them for the first time. During that of Kwam 1, we don't hear them, but listen to their own statement, or read it on your screen. We condemn the violent incident involving Mrs. Comfort Emerson. The incident which Ibom here described, from the initial refusal by the passenger to comply with safety instructions regarding mobile phone usage, which led to the brutal physical assault on Ibom Air crew members and the attempted use of a fire extinguisher as a weapon, constitutes one of the most severe cases of unruly passenger behavior witnessed. Most in the year, also severe cases. What Kwam 1 did is not severe. That was just blocking the plane. Did you not see what that guy did? It's most severe. It's the most dangerous thing anybody can do. This was not just disruptive. It was a sustained violent attack that placed the lives of crew, passengers, and the integrity of the aircraft itself at risk. It is also worth. There's a place they even mentioned Oshiomole. The reference to Oshiomole. They referenced Kwam 1. They said, no, on this Kwam 2, we are going to call it quit. Together now, say that they stand united with Ibom here and all our members in maintaining a zero tolerance policy towards unruly blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't have to read all of that. It's on your screen. Pause it, read it. That's their reaction. So what's the reaction of government? I'll show you. That was also very swift. Very, very quick. Fraudsters Otobokeyamo released this document online earlier this afternoon, right? And it is a statement, it is a court charge sheet where she has already been taken to court, charged in about 5 counts. The first count that you comfort on the 10th day of August, 2025, at about 14:30 hours, while on board Ibom here, did behave in an unruly and disorderly manner by shouting on top of your voice, abusing and assaulting the flight crew, and refusing to disembark from the aircraft after landing, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 41A and punishable under Section 4(2) of Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria Bylaw 2005. They said she refused to come down. No. Count 2, that you comfort on the same date did assault one Juliana Edward by slapping and hitting her cheeks with your right hand and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 8 of Criminal Law of Lagos State of Nigeria. Right. Count 3. Right. They said that in the aforementioned